What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great hump day. There's some bad weather headed across the country, so if you're traveling for the holidays, please be careful. Yesterday, we heard Shady McCoy talk about Dak Prescott and how he was ass. Some of the worst interceptions that he's ever made in the world. Now, here's the thing that's funny. Looking at the Eagles game, Jalen Hurts had a couple of bad interceptions too. But nobody's talking about those. His defense, though, basically kind of bailed them out and kept them from losing the game. The defense got 5 sacks, and they held the Bears down. Jalen Hurts' game and Dak Prescott's game were about the same. But take a look at this interception, because the first interception that Dak had, he has a guy hit his arm as he's throwing. The second one is on the money. But you tell me, you watch this. Here's the funny thing. I figured I could just find the clip real easy on the internet. Nobody's covering. But let's go. Watch this.
They hustle up just in case.
Jalen Hurts scrambling, throws it. Wobbly pass. Did you see that? Wobbly pass. Look at this. Short. That's 5 yards short.
Where does Jalen Hurts want to go with this football? Plays it very, very well.
Look at this.
Not the greatest decision by Jalen Hurts, but you're feeling it after that last throw to Devontae Smith on the scramble.
This is why you play the games, I guess, Daryl, because the Eagles don't turn the ball over.
Okay, that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and find the second one. So you're telling me that Jalen Hurts, who's an MVP candidate, who had that pass right there, there was nobody hitting his arm. Nobody hit his arm. It didn't bounce out of the receiver's hands, but that's okay, right? Okay, let me go ahead and get the second one that he had. He had 2 in the first half. Okay, so here we are. Eagles down 6-3, and they've got the ball on their 18-yard line, right? Now, this is kind of similar to what happened with Dak, where we were down in our own territory. His arm gets hit, and the ball is intercepted. Now, keep in mind, we already had the first interception, right? Now, if we're going to talk about being ass, Shady, look at this one. Watch this one. Oh, sorry. Wrong. Next play. Sorry. Rewinded a little bit too far. But it's coming. Now watch this. Jalen Hurts gets a little pressure, gets outside the pocket. Oh, he runs. Okay. It's coming. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. Nobody touches him. Nobody touched him.
Across the face of the safety, but he's taking it up the stem right there, and then it's the late cross, so right to that interception. But
so here's the thing. Their team didn't give up 40 points. Bears only got 20 points in that game. They got 24. So here's the thing. The Bears, a 3-win team. Again, not a good team. Jacksonville Jaguars are now back in the playoff conversation and have won 4 out of the last 6 games. A team that was at least hot. Let's say they're at least hot. Okay? They're trending up. The Bears are who we thought they were. The Bears are who we thought they were. And you're the best team in football. And I'm not saying this to say that Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback, because he is. He's an MVP candidate. But guess what? People make bad throws. Bad throws. Those 2 right there, there's no plausible deniability that those weren't 2 bad passes. Those were 2 horrendous passes. That wasn't one interception where the ball was in the guy's hands and it gets knocked up in the air and it becomes a pick 6. That wasn't he's under distress and somebody is draping on his arm. That were two horrendous ass throws, Shady McCoy. That's what that was. That was awful. Those are terrible. But see, here's the funny thing. Like I said, everybody has some bad throws. Everybody has some bad throws. You would think that the interceptions that Dak just had there in that game were those two. They weren't. The funny thing is, the reason why Cowboy fans get triggered and the reason why other fans talk about how bad Dak Prescott is because they don't focus in when somebody does something like that. They don't focus in that the a team that we blew out, a team that we scored 49 points against. The Cowboys scored 49 points against that team. The Eagles scored 24, two horrendous interceptions. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. And I find it even funnier when I hear Cowboys on Cowboys crime, where we literally say, get that guy out of here. He's a bum. He sucks. As I look around, because people are still talking about, how much money Dak Prescott makes. Have you looked at a team like Arizona? Arizona, who literally spent a first-round draft pick drafting Josh Rosen. Then the very next year, spent first-round capital getting Kyler Murray. They turn around and pay him $230 million. They end up getting the coach that they wanted in, I can't think of his, Cliff Barry. And here it is. Kyler Murray can't stay on the field, and when he is, he's playing like ass. As I look around at a team like the Cleveland Browns, that every year they draft a quarterback. They had Johnny Manziel, they had Baker Mayfield, and then they spend $230 fully guaranteed dollars to get Deshaun Watson, who's only played in 3 games. In the 3 games he's played in, he got praised when they scored 15 points last week. Right? Or I look at a team like the Commanders that are literally paying $29 million this year for Carson Wentz to sit on the bench. A team that has drafted RG3, spending 3 number 1s and a second. A team that traded for Donovan McNabb. A team that ended up paying $73 million for Alex Smith. Spending another first-round pick getting Dwayne Haskins, rest his soul. That they have been looking for a quarterback since Mark Rippon in the early 90s. That we as Cowboy fans just say, screw Dak, especially when you got the Denver Broncos spending $250 million for Russell Wilson. Quarterbacks don't just grow on trees. But unfortunately, the narrative that you get on TV is Dak Prescott's the only guy out there having interceptions or bad passes. Take a look, honestly. Turn off your Dallas Cowboys hatred blinders and take a look at those 2 passes. And you look at these 2 right here. And you tell me that Dak Prescott is at fault or is more culpable than Jalen Hurts.